Hey folks! Welcome to Streamsekai this week. Or, at the very least, welcome to the waiting room for Streamsekai, while we wait for a couple of people to pour in. I'll throw on some Rooftop Run while we wait. I made an oopsie in a number of ways. One of them was that when I was transferring, so I do all the prep for Streamsekai on my laptop, my good laptop. The crap top stays at home. And I was transferring all my files, but instead of transferring to my Google Drive, I transferred from and rewrote all of the progress that I made with new assets and character sheets and what have you, with the old versions. So I had to spend a little bit today fixing that up. It's all good now. I also didn't realize, and I fixed this, I was doing HP wrong. It wasn't your strength and mind modifiers that increase your HP and MP. It was the actual scores. So you guys actually had a lot more than you may have thought. Which is good, because now I can hit you guys with bigger things and not feel as bad. But yeah, I guess quick explanation for anyone who's here now and anyone who's watching on YouTube. This is Streamsekai. What's Streamsekai? It's a Twitch Plays Konosuba tabletop RPG adventure, where you, the chat, gets to play as the main character, Korin Kadoya. He is a 25-year-old shut-in who lived in America for most of his life, went to Japan to do college, and has spent the last year not doing anything, just hanging out in his apartment. He was unceremoniously crushed by an aircraft part while going to grab trading cards, and he's ended up in a fantasy world where his trading cards give him the power to change classes whenever he feels like. But yeah, so because the stream really revolves around audience participation, I got to make sure that you guys in the chat are ready to go. Otherwise, I can't do it. So we're gonna hang out in the waiting room until I got a few people so that we can start. Another oopsie that I made today was, so I was going to make shrimp scampi spaghetti for dinner, but I had a pizza at like 3 p.m. because I had a late lunch, and I'm still feeling that pizza, so I don't think I can. I think maybe I'm going to skip dinner for now and then have, like, I don't know, some chips later tonight. Pinnacle of health I am. I might have to start thinking of doing Streamsekai a bit later, to be honest. Unfortunately, I did a poll on Twitter to see what starting times would be great, and I don't think that it's consistent. So we will be in this waiting room for as long as it needs. Or if I've been here 15 minutes and no one shows up, we're canceling. On the plus side, this is the real D&D experience, isn't it? When I was playing D&D in person, my group always met on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. And we were really, really lucky, because everyone was really committed to that. So, like, if it was a Tuesday at 6 p.m., unless the GM sent you a message saying, hey, we're not doing D&D tonight, everyone was there on time. Well, relatively on time. We'd also, like, eat together for about half an hour. So it was really wholesome. At the very least, I really like the dynamic. Because it's like, ah, man, we have a meal together and then we play a game. That's our tradition. I should also use this time to plan Shark Week. Oh, jeez. And the cable is hanging. There we go. It should be mostly out of sight now. Wonder if I go like this. There we go. Now it's going to be out of sight for the rest of the stream. Hey, Trum's here. Nice to see ya. We're still waiting on people to join so that we actually have participation, so pull up a chair. I kind of figured having a sort of a waiting room here might be the best way to go. And then that way, as soon as we have enough people, we can start. Did I see the animation? With Jack and Sips? Yeah, you did a really, really good job. Especially in the motion of the fingers. That was really smooth. So Dingo actually released a new video today about TPKs. And I'm thinking about doing my own video about that because it's not entirely correct to say that it was a total party kill. Both of the examples that were provided, my character was able to survive. Hey RDF, nice to see ya. It's alright, we're in the waiting room. So we're still waiting on people to join so that we can start. I want to have at least 3 people so that there's a little bit of discussion in the chat. I'm considering actually bumping the timer to 15 minutes. Specifically for Streamsekai. So many people on TikTok doing this, it looks weird, like Rose Bro hits. If you look at Fool's Gold, everyone has... Yeah! No, and if you look at classic cartoons, too! Yeah! It is specifically an animation thing to have 4 fingers. Even just a general, like, illustration thing. Maybe it's because cartoons have 4 fingers, but a lot of illustrators I know will draw their characters, well, their original characters at least, with 4 fingers. Really? Gravity Falls varies? That's interesting. Yeah, I do remember having 6 fingers being a plot point. Your style's anime, so it feels weird to have humans with 4 fingers? Not necessarily. I think if you establish a style for yourself, then people will come to expect stuff, you know? Sometimes, if you kill someone's father and need to prepare to die, you know, you gotta have 6 fingers. But yeah, I'm gonna need one more person active in chat before we can start Streamsekai tonight, just so that we have enough participation to, have some variation in what's going on. Older or larger characters? That makes sense. Or, like, if you want to have a character seem out of place, if most of your characters are drawn with 4 fingers, drawing your character with 5 is going to make them look really, really weird and jarring to the audience. So it kind of, like, strengthens that out-of-place feeling. Sometimes you use visual storytelling to tell your story. Family Guy and Simpsons... Oh, sorry, Family Guy or Simpsons distinguish God by having the proper number of fingers? Interesting. I was going to go by flags for this book today, just so that I could look up what things are really quickly. Because, trying to remember where the checks are is a bit difficult. Even there's an appendix that has, like, some basic stuff that you need. But but for players, not DMs. It was Simpsons. Family Guy guy's missing his pinkies like everyone else. Ah. Think your next fan animation is gonna be Sips threatening Xanu in a fist fight? Yo, that would be fun. I'm debating whether I want to... God, I keep nudging my, my camera. I'm debating whether I want to do a video about... Dingo's video that she just released today about TPKs. Because... she's mostly right. Those definitely were party kills. But there was one character that survived both of those. Specifically, both of the stories that she told. And those are the characters that I played. Just a reminder that I need one more person in the chat to start. So if you are going to be playing with us, say hi in the chat, and we can get started. I just need enough people in order to, you know, run the session with, like, some variety from the audience. Also, I should probably drop this too. Gonna start with the change of the song, Make a Deal with God. Someone on TikTok said I'd get him to fucking fight. Ooh, that sounds fun. I'm sure it's gonna be a good time. I'm glad that I set the tone of the adventure as chill comedy for those for Streamsekai. I don't know, hardcore adventure sounds like something that I would rather play than GM. Cause my tone, like, I can get serious, but I prefer fun situations. It's when they animate Sip so grumpy, yeah. I mean, that's just his mood, right? That's just how he be. Serious and horror would work with a hive mind? I'm sure it would, actually. I think it would be even more chaotic. Because everyone would be freaking out and arguing in the chat like, hey, no, that's what the person who dies does. But like, I take a look at other Twitch Plays TRPG series, like GM Workshop's combination of Strahd and Candlekeep, and like it's definitely like a high adventure kind of tone to it. Same with Robert Hartley's Twitch Tales. Again, if you're in the chat, drop a message. I just need to know how many, know if we have enough people to start, so that we can have a lot of participation while we play Twitch Plays Konosuba TRPG. There we go. Hey, Bandicoot. And that makes 3. So let's go into the recap. Hi, my name's Korin Kadia. On my way home from Nakano Broadway, I was crushed by a falling aircraft part and reincarnated as an adventurer in another world with a set of magic trading cards that let me change my abilities. Mura and I finally encountered Frogger, the king of the giant toads. Since we had Froggy with us, Frogger thought that we had come to volunteer to become part of his toad army, which we used to our full advantage. After grilling him with questions, I asked Mura to convince him she should give the toad army fire powers with her Rune Knight abilities. But Frogger wasn't quite convinced. In a panic, I did my best to convince him that we were the delivery team that brought him the cooler he keeps his materials in. By some divine intervention, I was able to find the right words, and he believed us. Holy shit. We got to chatting, and it turns out that this Lord Dorsus wants the giant toads as an army to conquer Axeltown. Dorsus offered Frogger supplies to create his army, and that he could transform the strongest in town into the toad morphs, and the rest would be enslaved. Frogger wasn't super into that plan. His toad DNA can be used to cure disease and regrow lost limbs, as well as give folks all the perks of being a giant toad. Perks in Frogger's mind, I guess. The whole enslavement thing was something that Frogger didn't like, and with another round of clever arguments, I remembered that people on the internet back in my world, those people would jump at the chance of being turned into a frog person. He realized Dorsus was using him, and there were better ways to accomplish his goal. Mura and I promised to have a talk with the townsfolk to let Frogger into Axeltown, to set up a shop or something, where he'd turn willing volunteers. He also agreed that kidnapping was unbecoming of the king. Willing volunteers into giant toads, and try to keep them humanoid. Our horse was injured on the way. Turns out tying a horse to a cow isn't always the best idea. It took a while, but we got Hanako and Momoko back to the farm. The farm owner's whole family congratulated us. They scoured their house for cash and gave me 50,000 Eris, which I really appreciate, because that's going to go towards the horse, and gave Mura a bunch of gems. You should have seen Mura's face light up. We got back to town before the day was over. Froggy and Frogger stayed outside the walls to avoid panic. I also gave him his cooler back since, you can't do his whole toad thing without it, and he's cool now. We hadn't slept in 2 days, so we were bushed. After turning our quest into the Adventurers Guild and making a ton of money off our loot, we ended up back at the inn. And Korin fell asleep. So, in Korin's dreams, he reminisces about being back in Japan. Korin dreams of taking the train to and from places. Quite a lot easier than taking a horse, especially since he doesn't know how to ride a horse. He dreams about all the food that he was able to get at the convenience stores, and how much better the food is here in a fantasy world. He dreams of just mundane day-to-day stuff and how he'll never, ever experience that again. But then, Corn wakes up, and light's streaming through his window. You look around, and it's your room in the inn. All your stuff's piled up in the corner, because you went to bed really, really late after being awake for 2 days. One thing that you don't notice is Mura. You got a room with 2 beds, but Mura's bed, though neat and tidy, is completely empty. What do you guys want to do? It's another beautiful day in Axeltown. You have 553,000 Eris. You probably have enough money to go shopping. You also have to deal with the horse whose leg is hurt, unfortunately. Mura's missing, so you might want to try and find her. You could also go to the Adventurers Guild and take a quest. So, what are your suggestions in the chat? Need to look for Mura. Need to talk to the town guard about letting your frog friend in. That's also true. What should we start our day with? Looking for Mura. Talk with the guard about Frogger and Froggy. Help the horse. And go shopping? Here, I'll give you guys 2 minutes to vote. As you guys are voting, I'll say that, as you look around your room, you notice that there's, like, just some funk kicking around. Like, it smells interesting in this place. And you realize that Mura's bed sheets, though her bed is made, are kind of covered with toad slime. When you guys got back to the inn, you were so tired that you just flopped on the bed, not even thinking to have a shower. As you're getting ready for the day, you throw Mura's sheets, and your sheets, since they need some cleaning too, into the laundry basket. Take a quick shower, get yourself all nice and clean, put on your adventurer's clothes, which also kind of smell, but honestly, they're the only thing that you have. Actually, you know what? They aren't the only things that you have. You put your adventurer's clothes in the basket, and you put on your clothes from the other world, from back in Japan on. You take the laundry down to the main rooms. Let the guys know, hey, we got some laundry to do. How does that work? And the reception is like, oh, yes, of course. When you need laundry done, you just let us know, you know? And then we'll just use our magic on it. It's a quite simple process, really. All you do is just throw some water into a bucket, then use a purification spell with the clothes in the bucket. It gets most stuff out and is a lot cheaper than using soap, though you don't get the nice smells and such that come with it. after learning that your laundry can get done after you wake up, you just have to bring it down, you leave the laundry with the receptionist and go to look for Mura. You head out of the inn and onto the main street. Give me one sec. Where's a city theme? There we go. On this main drag, you can see... Let me just pull up my notes. You can see the general store, the grocer and butcher, the clothier, the blacksmith, a magic item shop. There's the Adventurers Guild into the distance, as well as the stables. You also know that there is a courthouse and a jail close to the Adventurers Guild. And there's a little cemetery just outside of town. Going up to one of the people on the street, you ask them, "Hey, excuse me. Hey, my name's Corin. I'm an adventurer, obviously. This is where we start. Anyways, I have a friend who might look a little out of place. You may have seen her. She's short and purple and looks like a little lizard. She probably has like a greatsword or something." "Oh yeah. I saw her come out, but I don't recall where she went specifically. She just sort of wandered around here. She probably didn't go too far. Definitely not outside of town. Maybe not even outside the shopping district. Anyways, best be off. Good luck." So you know that Mura is inside the shopping district. Did you guys want to go into one of the shops? Did you guys want to roll and see if maybe you can track her down? Remember that everyone in the chat's encouraged to participate, so if you have an idea, just throw it out there. Don't be polite. The more ideas that I have, the more ideas I can put towards the show. If a blacksmith has a gemsmith or a magic shop to get more gems, possibly. We could definitely pop by the blacksmith or the magic shop. Just to recap, there's a general store, a grocer and a butcher, a clothier and blacksmith, they're the same shop, and a magic item shop. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 stores that you can go into. Gemsmith sounds like a good idea. Maybe she went to the church on the frogs? Well, the church doesn't exist yet. You haven't actually talked to anybody about making a place for Froggy and Frogger. After you got back from your quest, you just went to sleep, because it was a process being awake for 2 days. In fact, I'm gonna say that you guys got back around like 9 p.m., maybe 10 p.m., and it is now noon. You have slept until noon. I could do a poll if you guys would prefer. Unless you guys want to agree on something. Well, she probably didn't go to the stables, and she probably didn't go to the frogs, considering that she hasn't left town, And in fact, this random passerby said that, she didn't leave the shopping district. Let's try the general store. That's all general store. Alright. Give me 1 sec. What was his name? You walk down to Dunnan's general store. You can see that the flowers outside are a bit nicer. They're the same flowers, but they look a bit healthier. And in fact, there are more of them just all around. You open the door, the bell rings, and you hear off in the distance say, "Coming!" You wait around the shop, and sure enough, a little kobold, about 4 feet tall, walks up behind the counter and looks up at you. "Oh, Corin, nice to see you!" She hops up on a stool that's being provided for her so that she can be at eye level with everyone. "Well, I mean, I've been working here to give you to give Dunnan a hand after giving us those potions. Thanks again, by the way, for giving me that extra money, so I didn't have to work here as much. Anyways, how are you?" "Oh, I'm fine. Just sort of woke up myself. How long have you been awake, Mura?" "Oh, I woke up at around, I don't know, just as dawn was happening. I can't really tell time. But yeah, I had to go work here. And Dunham was kind of surprised that I came back, but he put me to work. And I stocked the shelves, and I managed the garden. I delivered some flyers, got to scope out the town a little bit. And when I told him that I couldn't read what the flyers said, he gave me this." And Mura holds up a leather-bound tome. And it says, just childhood ABCs. "He says that if I get through this book, I might be able to read. So I'm going to try my hardest." What's really interesting is, though you know that it isn't a thing in this world, the book looks like it's written in Japanese. Or rather, you understand it as though it was written in Japanese. From the back of your mind, you realize, wait a minute. I shouldn't know this world's language. And you reason with yourself, maybe by being teleported here, the goddess gave me the ability to comprehend the common language of this world. Oh, wow, that's really early before dawn? Do kobolds need less sleep, or are you just a morning person? "Oh, I just was really excited to get started. This whole thing, this is our... Let's see, there was the first day where I met you, and then there was the second day where we started our quest, and then we stayed awake through the third day. So this is the 4th day of our adventure together. It hasn't even been a week, I'm so excited. And we already... Oh, we should probably talk to somebody about those frogs outside. They were sleeping all night, weren't they?" And, you hear, "Hey, Mura, you're off. You don't have to deal with customers anymore. I can take..." And he walks in through the back. "Oh, Corin, here to pick up your friend?" "Yeah, I figured that I should meet up with Mura at some point. I completely forgot that she had a part-time job here. So, I really need to pick her up. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I gave her a book so that she might be able to read. Yeah, really weird. Turns out that we can just understand the language in this world. So that thing's written in this world's language. Some kind of universal language cipher, I guess. Though it's only for stuff that we know. So the common language of this world will be translated for us, but I saw some artifacts that were in a completely different script that I couldn't understand. Oh, okay. Well, hey, that's a perk, right? Yeah, exactly. Anyways, what's this talk about frogs? Did you want to tell Dunnan about the frogs outside? Or did you want to keep this a secret from him? Bandicoot says keep it secret. RDF says we should probably tell him, because you want the town to know and accept Froggy. Both are valid choices. Is everyone in this world reincarnated here after dying somewhere else? No. So the lore of this world is that it's a fantasy world with RPG mechanics with a native population who are fighting the Demon King. Now, when you die in this world, you're given the option to move on to the afterlife or be reincarnated. And a lot of people in this world think it's really crappy here, so they're not reincarnating. They're just going to the afterlife. So because of that, the gods of this world pull people from other planes of existence when they die. So when a person in Japan dies of unfortunate circumstances, one of the gods here might pull them aside and say like, hey, listen, you know, you could get resurrected in Japan, or you can get reincarnated in this fantasy world with all your memories and stuff and fight evil. So yeah, that's the basic lore. People in Japan are being reincarnated in this world to help defeat the Demon King, because people in this world aren't reincarnating. Because it kind of sucks here. The caveat behind that is that Mura was actually from a completely different plane of existence from you, and the god that resurrected her wanted her to wreak havoc on this world, but she wasn't into it. So then she joined up with you. So there's that other thing that happens. So it is a fun deal. Sorry, I'll read the chat. You want to find out about those artifacts? Which artifacts? The one that I just mentioned in the general store? What did you say about artifacts? Oh yeah, I mean, being a general store, I'm kind of a pawn shop. Really, it's kind of like the shop that I ran back in Japan, where I sell collectibles and buy them back from other people. I've got an interesting amount of artifacts. Let's see here. What do we got? I've got this tome of incredible power. It doesn't actually have any real power after I read it, but it sounded really cool. I learned my lesson with this. It's basically just a book, a fanfic that somebody wrote. So it's gonna probably go on the shelf as a novel. I got these fragments of statues from ruins that adventurers brought to me instead of the Adventurers Guild. Possibly because they thought I would give them a fair price. I did. But mostly because I thought that they were cool. And I've also got this. And he whips out what looks to be one of your booster packs. Yeah, sometimes in this world, people will come with stuff when they reincarnate, and you know, they want to go on an adventure. They don't want stuff that they brought from home, so they'll sell it to me, and I'll sell it back. You also need to help the horse. Do we check the artifacts, then see to the horse in return? You can definitely do... Okay, so booster pack and fragments. Oh, how much for the cards, if you don't mind me asking? I remember that you won that prize, didn't you? You must really be into these. Yeah, these are from the same set as the ones that you got. I don't recall how many cards are in the booster pack, but I'll sell them to you for a fair price. How does... Well, these are rare. So I'm gonna have to ask for 150,000 Eris. You currently have 553,000 Eris. I'll let you think on that. If you want, I can put them on hold for you. Only for a week, though. Can you haggle? You can certainly try. If you want to haggle him down... Well, how do you want to haggle? Give me some lines that you would want to say to him, and I'll determine which check you have to do based on that. Remember that you just got the deception skill, which adds an extra d6. I think RDF agrees with Bandicoot that you guys should haggle. I'm gonna need to know what you guys want to say, though. Let's see. Don't know if they're in high demand, how many people really use them. They'll sit on your shelf unless you sell them to me. Offer that he probably won't be able to sell those cards to many other people and go half worth. Interesting. All right. So you look at the booster pack. You know, I was good at this back in the day. I say back in the day, but it was 4 days ago. I used to be able to figure out if there were rare cards in there if I had a scale. So do you have one? A scale? Oh yeah, I need to use it. What do you need to measure it against? I don't know. Do you have anything that's like, you know, 50 grams? 50 grams? Wow, it must be heavy cards. Yeah, but if it depends on... Well, you know what? You're right. I only worked with electronic scales. How about if you have, like, a stack of regular cardboard or something similar? I guess I could put some thick paper on there. Give me 1 sec. See, the cards might be rare, but I don't know if they're in high demand. You know, you might not be able to sell these to any other people. You know? They'll sell on your shelf unless you sell them to me. And he says from the back as he's grabbing some paper and the scale. Yeah, but you know what? People are curious, and there are other reincarnated adventurers too. You know, they might want memories of home. He comes back with a scale and a few pieces of paper, and he puts the cards and the paper on opposite ends of the scale. Now, I'm going to need you guys to roll a deception check. I need somebody to roll 2d6 And I need somebody to roll just a d6 for a mind check. And depending on how high you get, that'll determine how much he adjusts it. Oh, you need the exclamation point. There you go. And you crit. Bandicoot rolled 2 6s. So, give me 1 sec. I'm probably gonna need special music for this, aren't I? Let's see here. I see. Well, I hate to say it, old man, but your cards seem to be on a bit of the light side. According to this scale, the stuff in here are just gonna be commons. In fact, it might be a misprinted pack. Really? No, that can't be. I mean, the scale doesn't lie. I'm a professional at this. How do you think I was able to build such a collection? Yeah, 150,000, that's like what? 1,500 yen? Sorry, that's like 150,000 yen, right? You wouldn't charge that at your shop for just commons, wouldn't you? What? No, I'd never. Corin, what are you talking about? Mura, you see, the cards in this pack, no one's going to want them. Especially if I let people know exactly what's in them. You wouldn't. I might. Unless I can have them for, say, 50,000 Eris? Gah! He says. But I paid 100 for them. Well, I mean, I guess if I'm gonna sell them at a loss anyways, especially if you got... You know what, kid? And he looks up at you with a bit of a smirk. You know your stuff. I don't know if you're right or not. I've been in the business for a long time and never could really get the scale thing. But you got the balls to try and haggle with me. So, I'll give you the cards for 50,000 Eris. Do we have a deal? He's offered you a third of the price. Do you want to accept? We got one deal. Are we in agreement? That's 2 people for deal. And you have purchased yourself a booster pack. Let's have more fun with this. Let's determine how many cards are in the booster pack with the luck roll. Depending on your luck roll will be how many how many cards are in there. So I'm gonna need 2d6. Thought you were gonna upset Mura's boss? With a crit? Absolutely not. In fact, because you crit on your deception check, you displayed a knowledge of trading cards that this man respects. I guess lore recap. But back when you were in Japan, you went to a trading card shop because they had a lottery. And you won the base pack of trading cards that you started this adventure with from this guy. And this guy ended up in this world because when the airplane part fell on you, he rushed out to try to save you, and it crushed him as well. So when he was reincarnated, he asked for his boon to be a shop, because he reasoned that if he could help adventurers on their quests, there would be an ultimately higher chance of the Demon King being defeated. So he got his own general store when he reincarnated, and he's basically doing the same thing that he did when he was alive. Tried to save us, and we just lied to him to save some money. To be fair, that's an actual tactic that people used. I don't know if they use it anymore, to figure out if there were rare cards in a pack. You'd essentially take the pack and put them on an electronic scale, and if they were within a certain weight, there was a higher chance of having rare cards in there. So that's an actual thing that people do. You just might not be able to tell because it's an analog scale, but you were able to convince him. Use a blessing, extra luck, good cards seem like a good boost to our future adventures. That's true. It entirely depends on what your role is. But I'm going to need 2d6, please. Eris updated? I haven't changed it to Banes or Blessings yet, but essentially they refresh every stream, so there are 2 Eris Blessings available. In fact, one thing that I forgot to do is turn off the Have Carson Sing a Thing reward. Because I'm not going to be doing that during the stream. Not Streamsekai, at least. Met the cost? I think 2,500 and 2,600 is fine. Okay, so essentially with the Eris Blessing, you're able to re-roll a dice. So do your 2d6. So that's 2 and 2. Go ahead and re-roll one of them. 5. That's 7 plus 4. That's 11. So with an 11... Oh, yes, sorry. It's, Oh, thank you, actually, very much, Bandicoot. I need to update your money. It was 50,000 Eris, which you accepted, so you still have 503,000. Thank you. So, I'll say that an 11 will net you a base booster pack, but I'm widening the margin of getting a rarer ability because you were able to haggle so well. So you get 3 cards in here. No, that's fair, Bandicoot. I completely getcha. So, I'm going to need somebody to roll a d6. You rolled a 3. Alright, that means you get a class skill. So I'm going to need you to roll... Let's see. Sorry, give me one sec. Actually, I'll let you guys decide. What class do you want to take a skill in? You can take Archer, Thief, Priest, Wizard, or Warrior. Another D6. RDF rolled. Yeah, he rolled for the luck check. Votes on Wizard for you. Did you guys want to... Okay, Wizard, Thief. Anyone else have other choices? If not, I can roll a d6 and randomize it. Alright. Looks like it's going to be between Wizard and Thief. Unless Trom has something to say. Or anyone else in the chat for that matter. Remember, anyone here in chat, if you want to participate and decide what Corrin does, go ahead and post about it. Everyone's able to participate in this adventure. But it looks like it's going to be between Wizard and Thief, so I'll do 1 to 3 Wizard. Sorry. Yeah, 1 to 3 Wizard, 4 to 6. Oh, okay, there's a tiebreaker. Thief. In that case, I'm gonna need you guys to roll a d20. To figure out which thief skill you get. $10. Alright. So thief skill number 10 is Skillbind. That's an interesting one. Let's see what it does. Skillbind. When a target declares any skill other than a passive skill, negate its effects and end it, even if it has duration. The skill is still spent, even if the effects don't resolve, so they still have to use any cost that they normally would. So I'm just going to write down that you guys got Skillbind. That's actually a really good ability. That could really help you out in a clutch situation. No, that's something that you can use against someone. Essentially, let's say that a giant toad was about to swallow you. You could use, or sorry, like swallow one of your friends or you. You could use Skillbind to prevent them from using that skill. You can only use it once per scenario, though. So, like, if somebody is pursuing you, that's a scenario. If you're in combat, that's a scenario. If you're searching for something, that's a scenario. But only once per scenario. Alright. I'm gonna need another D6. If you guys get a class skill, we'll go with Wizard, since that was the second choice. Yep. I need 1 D6, please. That's a 1. Okay. So that means Once you take the Skillbind card out of your pack, you see something shiny. And what you have received is an enemy skill. Enemy skills are exactly how they sound. They're skills that enemies use. Ones that normal adventurers don't get the chance to do. They're pretty powerful too. You can become amphibious, you can have a breath attack. So I'm gonna need you guys to roll. Where's the enemy skill table? 2d6 for this one. Yep. Go ahead, chat. Roll 2d6. Anyone in chat whatsoever can roll, as long as something is rolled. Dun, 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 dun. That's a 5. All right, give me one sec. Oh shit. All right. Congratulations. You just got attack magic. Someone in chat say an element. Any element. Just pick one off the top of your head. Fire? Congratulations. You were close, Bandicoot, but we're doing fire. So, you pick up the card, and it's got sort of like a crystalline foil going on with it. The text at the top is blank, but it is a very, very potent red and orange. In fact, as you tilt the card, it goes from a yellow to an orange to a red back to white and yellow and orange. This card doesn't have a name. But you know that you can use it to do 2d6 plus 10 magic 2d6 plus 10 fire damage. So give me one sec, I'll write that as a note. Got attack, magic, fire. What do you guys say? Plutonium, but you knew what kind of element. Yeah, unobtainium, please. Yeah, 2d6 plus 10. It's pretty powerful. I will say that the actual spell is kind of broken, so I might have to impose a rule on it, because there's like, it takes your major action, but it doesn't cost any MP. So, what does like the wizard fire magic cost? The wizard one costs 6 for a fireball that does the same amount of damage. So what we'll do, since this is a rare card, it only costs 3 MP to cast. So think of it as like a half-price fireball. But that's not all. I want you guys to name this spell. Think about what you want this attack to look like when you cast it. It could be like a whip of flame. It could be like a rain of fire. It could just be a regular fireball if you'd like. But this is your own fire magic that you can mold and develop for yourself. I'll take some ideas in the chat. And whatever sounds cool, I'll mix them together to create your spell. Oh, jeez. Come on, camera. There we go. You pull out this crazy card, and Dunnan's like, "Oh, what's that? That's a rare card, isn't it? Judging by the foil, at least. And it's unnamed, too. I didn't think that they made anything like that." I want to see. Mura pokes her head out of the desk. And Dunnan puts her on his back like a piggyback. Circle of Flames, Doctor Strange style. That's an option. If anyone else in the chat has other ideas, we'll go with that. If anyone else in the chat has other ideas, spit them out. Otherwise, we'll go with Circle of Flames. So light, shouldn't be in the pack. Huh. Wow, it's so pretty. It's like a ruby. But like a paper ruby. Mura, you can kind of see the sparkle in Mura's eye. Yeah. It's interesting how the pack was so light, huh? Here. Ghost Rare Cast Hellfire. That's interesting. I'll put them in a poll. Any last minute entries into the name. Speak now or forever hold your peace. A circle of flame, ghost, rare, cast, hellfire. Now, it looks like those are the only choices, so let's start the poll. Vote on your phones or electronic devices now by placing a number in the chat. We'll set the time for 2 minutes. So you got like a minute and 15 seconds as of me saying this. Oh, it's tied up now. Oh, it's pushed in favor of Circle of Flame. it's gonna end soon. We need other votes if you're gonna vote. All right, looks like voting's closed. You know, I think I'm going to call this one Circle of Flame. You're just gonna call it Circle of Flame? But how does that work? The cards are already printed. I want to see it again! Mura shouts, just reaching for the card. And as you say Circle of Flame, fire bursts out of the card. And it sort of looks like it's writing something at the top of it. And you take a quick peek after the flash of fire has singed your sight, so to speak. Alliteration. Anyways, and it reads, Magic Ride, Circle of Flame. And the art on the card looks like a magic circle being created out of fire, closing in on its target. So we'll say that what visually Circle of Flame does is it produces a magic circle on the ground in the vicinity of your targets. I'll say that it is a... Let's go 3-meter diameter circle. So you can probably enclose a couple of guys in there if you can round them up. So I'm just going to write down what that means. Magic Ride, Circle of Flame. Creates a magic circle out of scorching fire. Encircling. Just gonna make sure I'm not doing this wrong. Because I can make this fun, but I have to abide by the spirit of the, rules. Okay, so it says it's a single target, but this is a rare card that you rolled a rare number for. So we'll say 3 meters of targets, dealing 2d6 plus 10 damage. Alternatively, I'll put this one up to a vote. Your Circle of Flame can do one of two things. It can either be the 3-meter circle that closes in on foes, or I'll say that it can do one target, but it keeps them stuck for a turn. So... what should Circle of Flame do? 3-meter circle. Hits multiple targets. Or single target circle. Keeps them stuck for a round. I'll be honest. I didn't realize that the attack magic thing did that. You can also take it multiple times. So if you get lucky and get this card type again, you might be able to get another create your own spell. I'll keep this going for like 3 minutes, just in case you guys want me to explain anything. So if you have any questions about what this spell's effects would be, depending on what you vote for. There's currently 2 votes for the single target circle, which I think RDF said it best. A fiery hold person seems pretty useful. That AoE, though, just in case. This... You don't think you'll get in 3 minutes? That's fair. I guess the best way to think about it is that, like... If you think about a D&D grid, right? 3 meters would probably be about, like, 15 feet. So it's like a 15-foot circle. If you can get multiple targets into there, they all take 2d6 plus 10 damage. Which, on lower level enemies, you might be able to take out a bunch all at once. That being said, on higher level enemies, you would be able to hold them for a turn with the second spell, as well as deal 2d6 plus 10 damage. So it really depends on the scenario that you're in, whether you want to use an area of effect attack, or if you want to do a single target attack. But I completely get you. It comes with time, being in combat. And you guys masterfully avoided that last session. I'm really proud of you guys for steering me in a completely different direction. But it looks like it's going to be the single target circle. So I'll make a note of that. Creates magic circle of scorching fire, encircling target. Dealing 2d6 plus 10 damage and holding in place for 1 turn. There we go. Honestly, part of the reason I love doing this is because you guys have, as a group, can give me some fantastic plot twists. But I'm going to need one last d6 roll to determine the final card in the pack. Since Thief won out last time, we'll say that if you get a class skill, you'll get Wizard. Oh, and I'll also say, you can use Circle of Flame on any class. It is intrinsic to your being. Yeah, Bandicoot rolled for most of these, so... I'll need a d6 from anyone in chat. That's a 4, so you're gonna roll for a Wizard class skill. Gonna need a d20, please. 18. Wizard number 18 is Water Shield. Let's take a look at that. Water Shield. After you use it after a damage roll has been rolled. It's an auto success and costs 6 MP. So it's a reaction to something. You can use it right after a damage roll where the target would deal special attack damage. So like, let's say somebody attacks you with magic damage, or like anything besides a physical attack. Subtract 10 from that damage. Just straight up minus 10. So, got water shield for wizard. So it would be a good one, say, if you were fighting like a dragon or something with a breath attack. You'd be able to just say, hey, before this hits, water shield, minus 10 damage. No, you can. This game specifies whether you need to target yourself or you need to target, like a single target or multiple targets. Single target means that you can use it on one target, no matter who it is. Alright, well... It's been a while since I've watched somebody open a pack in front of me. That was really exciting. I wanna see! And Mura jumps onto you and grabs your Circle of Flame card. And she looks at it in the light, her face beaming. It's so pretty. Corin? I can't have this, can I? No, Mura. I need this. I need this to fight. It only works for me since I got the thing that makes it work. All right. But you gotta show me that card in battle sometime. Fire attack and water defense. Wizard's becoming quite the elementalist. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Your fire attack can be used on any class. But you found Mura. You got a card pack for 50,000 Eris. You got some choices. Dunnan has asked you about the frogs, and he wants an answer. So, now that excitement's out of the way, you were talking about giant toads? I know that you just came back from a quest about that. Mura told me a lot about it. How you had to slay a bunch of them, and how you came back heroes, and the farm gave you guys a bunch of gems. What's this about waiting outside? Do you want to tell Dunnan about the frogs outside, or do you want to lie and slip away? We've got to vote for lie, for now. If no one says anything about it, might be useful if you knew. Like, you might be able to help Froggy set up a shop for his frog transformations. That's also true. We'll do a vote. Truth. Silly to help the horse? Don't want to freak people out yet? That's also a good point. If you tell Dunnan, he might be freaked out about the giant toads. Alternatively, you can also ask him for help. But, in order to have your say, you've got to vote. Promise to tell him later? If lie wins, I'll count that as a lie that you could tell. That being said, if there isn't another vote pretty soon, then we're gonna tell Dunnan the truth. Generally distrust lying, but it worked well, so you don't know. That's also fair. Okay, it looks like there's a tie. So I can say that we use this tie to split the difference. Are we good at deception rules? You are. In fact, last session you got an extra d6 to deception rules, so you roll 3 instead of 2. But it was tied at the end of the poll. So we'll say that... Here. Listen, Dunnan. You've done a lot for me, but it's not something that I can talk about right now. I promise, once we've figured things out, we'll come straight back to you and tell you. In fact, you might be able to help us with it. Oh, I don't like waiting, but... fine. Just you better come back before the end of the day. You got it? Of course. In fact, I think if we don't come back for by the end of the day, we might have problems too. Yeah, big problems. Anyways, I'm out, Dunnan. Thank you very much, mister. Yeah, of course. I'll see you again tomorrow morning. Depends on where we're at. If we take a quest, it might not be tomorrow morning. Yes, you owe me 2 more, Mura. I know. And you guys leave Dunnan's general store. Alright. So, now that you've left the store, I mean, it hasn't been too long. I'd say that you only really spent like half an hour in there. You guys said that you wanted to help your horse? Did you want to do that? Alternatively, you're in the shopping district. You can do a bit more shopping before you go do that. Horse seems good. Everyone agree? Alright, it looks like no one disagrees. Alright, Mura, we should probably take care of this horse thing. Oh, right! You know, I kind of wanted to put that off because I'm afraid that the stable guy is going to be angry at us. I mean, he knew the contract that he was getting into, Mura. That being said, you know, we did do something stupid, so maybe we don't mention that we tied it to a cow. Deal? Deal. You go back to the inn, and you hitch your, horse from its post. And you don't ride it there, obviously. You lead it over to the stables. When you get to the stables, you see some adventurers exiting, looking really, really tired and beaten up. Adventurers who can't afford to sleep at the inns will generally go and sleep in the stables. It's not a good lifestyle, but it's better than camping, especially outside the walls. You go up to the stable master, and he beams at you until he sees his horse limping. Well, howdy there. I see you brought our horse back. Why is it limping? It went on an adventure. It got hurt. I'll say, horses limping aren't really good. I'll have you know that. I told you. If the horse got hurt within the week, it's 50,000 Eris. Can you afford that? Did you want to be honest with the stable master? Say, yeah, I can afford it. Or did you want to say, no, is there any way I can work this off, or find some way to avoid paying him? I'll let you guys decide if you want to be truthful or not. How do you implement rest or do energy saves game-wise? So you don't exhaust yourselves all the time, or help you save time? Well, that's the thing, right? Essentially, you guys decided last session that you were healthy enough to go and finish the quest instead of sleeping. Doing a rest will recover all of your energy, like your HP or MP. It just won't recover your blessings. So, like, there isn't such a thing as a short rest in this game. You'd have to, like, take a rest. Do you put an insurance down for the safety of the horse? No, you decline to pay for the safety of the horse. Horse what? Yeah, so essentially you could have paid the 50k up front so that if it got hurt, you could just bring it back and he would fix it up. Essentially, it's like if you have the money at the time, you know, and you know it might be dangerous, putting the money down kind of saves you time. Or like if you don't have the money later, then you won't get into hot water. The cost was still 50k, like 50,000 if it's injured, 100,000 if it dies. But like, you could try the lie. RDF is suggesting that you say that the horse was damaged. Or you could tell the truth. I'll put it up to a poll. Oh, welcome back, Trub. So yeah, you can vote in the chat. You can either tell the truth, the horse got hurt during the quest, we'll pay for it. Or lie, I mean, we'll pay for it, but the horse was hurt when we got it. I don't know what you're talking about, guy. It looks like telling the truth is leading. You guys have probably like a minute left. The tide can still turn. Oh, okay, the rest of the chat would have to vote very, very hard for the tide to turn into a lie. I like how you guys are cool with lying to Dunnan, but you're not cool with lying to the stable master. I get it. You look at your horse, who's obviously trying to put on a brave face, but it's limping. Its ankle or something probably got hurt. You don't know. Mura might, but you don't know horses. And you look at the stable master and you're like, yeah, we have enough to pay for it. It got hurt during the course of the quest, and we took it back as soon as possible. We wanted to make sure that it didn't get hurt even further. And, you know, we figured since the quest was done, we have the money. We may as well get it sorted with right now. Well, I see. You're awful truthful folk, aren't you? We try to be good. We try to do good stuff, Mura says, puffing her chest out. And when somebody gets hurt, that's not something that you lie about unless it's really important. Well, I like the cut of your jib, little lady. I'll tell you what. It's 50,000 to patch up the horse. But you seem like good folk. And I think that trusting you with the well-being of this horse would be a good idea. I'll tell you what. If you pay 100,000 Eris right now, you can buy the horse off of me instead of renting it out. The horse will be yours, and you can take it here if it gets hurt, and I'll fix it up for the 50,000 Eris, but you don't have to bring it back. The stable master has decided that because you told the truth, because you were able to show that you were good folks, you have the chance to buy the horse instead of renting it for the week. It's 100,000 Eris. Do you guys want a horse? Yeah, so essentially, if the horse gets hurt, you can still bring it back to this guy. It'll cost 50,000 Eris to patch her up, but you'll be able to essentially fix up the horse for 50,000 and also own the horse. And of course, you know, you need to bring her back here for any future maintenance, you know. Get her horseshoes changed, shine, toothbrush. But that's part of the standard stable fare, so. As long as you park her here when you get back to town, I'll take care of her until you need her. Yeah, what does chat think? Do we want to buy the horse for 100,000 Eris? How frequently will you need a horse? It depends on what kind of quests that you take. If you take the majority of your quests in town, probably not so much. But there are quests where you have to go to another town or explore the wilds. And having a horse can significantly cut down your travel time. And since a lot of these quests have time limits, having a horse will give you some operating room. We got 2 votes for yes. Did he say if there's a boarding cost when not using the horse? Nope, he said that as long as you bring it back to these stables when you're in town, he'll take care of it. I can't say for any other towns. If you go to, let's say, the town of, like the hot spring town, Arcanledia, they might charge you a boarding fee. But this stable master trusts you guys because you were upfront about your horse being injured and brought it back as soon as you could. That he's willing to take care of it when you're out and about. Or sorry, while you're in town not using it. Seems like a good idea. I mean, we got 3 votes for yes. And that's about half of the audience. So, I'm gonna say that you guys say yes. You know what? I'll take you up on the offer. Yeah, we'll buy her. Thank you very much. You mean we get to keep this horse? Well, that's right. You're paying 100,000 right now to buy a horse. Congratulations! Bought the horse for 100,000 Eris. Now don't you fret, I'll get her patched up, but you might not be able to use her for the rest of the day. So just keep that in mind. I'll have her all ready for you bright and early tomorrow. Did you maybe want to give her a name? You have the opportunity to name your horse. As of right now, you just called it horse. I've been referring to it as a her, mostly out of habit, so we'll say that's a mare. I don't know. In my brain, it's like calling a boat her, you know? It's like, just modes of transportation are female. There's Chestnut. Anyone else have ideas for names? Best mare you ever worked with was named Catherine. We got Chestnut and Catherine. Madame Elmers. It definitely makes a statement. Anyone else have other names for the horse? Otherwise, I think I'll just roll a d6. All right, 1 and 2. Oh, okay, Ella. All right, so I'll roll a d8. 1 and 2, Chestnut. 3 and 4, Catherine. 5 and 6, Madame Elmers. And 7 and 8, Ella. I'm sure I have a d6 in my dice bag. I just want to brag about this on camera. I have a really cute dice bag with, like, a scale pattern on it and, like, a little dragon dongle. But, inside, I have the dice bag for my expensive dice, the ones that I spent a lot of money on. This one was actually made for me by Julian's Player. It's like a little potion bottle. Oh yeah, I guess I could use a d4. There's a d4. There we go. I don't know if you can see it sparkling. You kind of can in the camera. It's my dice that I used for my last D&D character, Phantom Thief Luna. They're made out of blue goldstone. So they kind of look like a starry night sky. Alright, and we've got a 2, so we're naming it Catherine. It's better to be realistic about what happens to tabletop horses. Alright, since I'm a weeb that just wrecked his camera, I'm gonna give you guys a poll that might not make sense to people who haven't played the game. Which Catherine? Which Catherine are we naming this horse? Catherine. We got 1 for Cetherin. That's 2 for Cetherin. This is just for funsies. It's gonna be called Catherine no matter what, but in text it's gonna be different, depending on what you put. I'm also going to be basing her personality on which Catherine you put. The original name? No, sorry, So because you made your suggestions, everyone made a different one, so I figured the vote would be just evenly balanced between what you picked. So I just rolled a d4. Okay, with 1 vote for Catherine with a Q, we're naming it Catherine with a C. Yours was close between 1 and 3. That's fair. Well, you have emotional stake in Catherine with a C, so I getcha. But yeah, we're naming it Catherine with a C. And we'll retcon it and say that this is a beautiful white horse, a majestic white horse with a blonde mane. And, let's see. Yeah, a white horse with a blonde mane. That's, kind of twirly on the ends. You know, kind of like the spiral hair on the ends of the mane. I'll just make a note of that. Alright, I should have her fixed up by the end of the day. Just come back tomorrow morning if you want to use her, otherwise I'll keep her safe. Thank you very much, I really appreciate it. And thank you for selling us the horse. Yeah, we really appreciate it. Aw, shucks. Of course. You're probably some of the only honest folks that have participated in this, so I figured I'd do a good turn. Get some good karma with Goddess Eris. Praise be. Yeah, praise be, Eris. That one, sure. Anyways, thank you, bye. And you head on out from the stables. Feeling pretty fulfilled. I'm gonna need a perception check real quick, if you don't mind. Something's kind of off right now. You hear a rustling. So, 2d6 if you don't mind. That's 5. That's 9. Alright. You look around, and, you notice that a bush was rustling, but, when you go to inspect it, nothing's really there. It could have been, like, an animal or something, but you don't really pay it any mind, and you head back towards the, shopping district. You have a couple of options right now. You can go visit Froggy and Frogger outside of town. Maybe talk with one of the guards to let them in. You also promised that you'd tell Dunnan what was up with the frogs. You could go shopping. You have 403,000 Eris, so you could probably afford new gear for you and Mura. Or you can go take a quest. The world is your oyster. What do you guys think? You still want to help your frog friend? Sure, I'll repeat it, no problem. So you head back to the shopping district after doing your good deed and paying for your horse to get fixed. Not literally fixed. She, you know, she's still all in one piece, but she's going to be healed up, and she won't have a limp anymore. You can choose to go and talk to your frog friends outside of the town. Maybe talk to the guards to see if they will let them in. You can talk to Dunnan. You promised that you'd tell him about it. You can go shopping. You have 403,000 Eris, so you could probably upgrade yours and Mura's gear. Or you can go take a quest. I'll give you folks to some time to decide amongst yourselves what you want to do with the rest of your day. It's still the afternoon, so you got plenty of time. Bandicoot suggesting supply and gear check first, just in case. That's very fair. Oh, one thing I did forget. Give me one sec. So Mura tugs your cape. Well, actually, you have like a mantle, more like. So one of your shoulders gets tugged on. Excuse me, Corin. What is it, Mura? What's up? Oh, well, I was working for Dunnan. He said that he would give us some lunch to share. So, here. And she takes out a couple of, what do you get from Dunnan? We'll say that you get 3 katsu sandwiches. So it's whatever this world's equivalent of pork is a deep-fried meat in some really soft bread with some cucumber and some mayo and some, like, a really sweet and savory sauce. And you get 3 servings of that. So we'll say that you have 6 times meat. You can take a look at your abilities here, but essentially you started the game with the gifted meat skill. So every time we start a session in town, you'll get 3 meat. Meat will heal 1d6 of damage, so you have plenty of healing items right now. Your last adventure ended by convincing the bad guy not to take over the town, and instead come to the village, sell his wares, the ability to be a disease-resistant intelligent frogman, instead of forcing on people. We still need to help him. That's true. Also had a guy... a guy above him that might come after him. That's true. Frogger was working for a guy named Dorsus. You'd have no other information other than he is known as Dorsus of 100 Forms. But there was 2 votes for a gear check. So, is laundry available or level up gear? You can check on your laundry, sure. At the very beginning of the session, you put your laundry in. So you're just wearing, like, the casual clothes that you were wearing from around Japan when you ended up here. That being said, on this shopping street, I made a note of what's actually here. There's the general store that you just went to. You can go to the grocer/butcher. There's a clothier and a blacksmith if you want to level up your armor or weapons. And there's a magic item shop as well. That being said, you can also talk to Dun. You know what? Why don't I make a poll for this one? That might be easier. Shopping for new gear. Talk about frogs to Dunnan. Check on frogs. And talk to a guard. And I assume you guys don't want to take a quest just yet, so I'll keep it between those. We got 2 votes for shopping. Did it seem like the frogs needed a lot of supervision? It is a guy with a frog head and a giant toad. They've been outside the walls since this morning. Well, sorry, since last night. So it might be worth checking up on them. It's split down the middle. I might have to roll a die. Unless there's a tie-breaking vote. What do the frogs eat? Anything and everything. When you were at the farm, you saw that one of the giant toads was trying to swallow a cow whole. And actually, one was almost able to swallow Mura. So, they're not picky. All right, so it was tied between both of them. So I'll roll a d4. Well, actually, this is a d6 game. I'll roll a d6. 1 to 3, we'll go shopping. 4 to 6, we'll go check on the Froggos. And that is a 2. So it looks like we're going to be going shopping. You said specifically that you wanted gear, so the blacksmith and the clothier are probably going to be the best bet. Give me 1 sec. Let's go. Give me 1 sec. I just need to find it. What's a good song for a store that's a blacksmith and a clothier? How about... Nah, this is too wordy. How about instrumental? Nah, that's too uptown. How about this one? There we go. On the shopping track, there's a building that looks like it doesn't know what to do with itself. Half of the building is made out of aluminum and riveted together. The other half is set up kind of like a classy boutique from where you're from. It's got like French doors and like billowing curtains going out of open, breezy windows. There's a plume of smoke coming out of one side, and on the other, it smells as though it's perfumed. As you walk in, you're greeted by the sight of a stout dwarf in what looks to be something incredibly avant-garde. It's a sleeveless, form-fitting shirt and a scarf jutting out to the side. He's wearing his beard in such a way that it looks as though you might poke your eye out with it. And his hair is billowing in the breeze, kind of like I'm sure that you'd have seen Fabio on the internet. On the other side of the shop, there is just a tall wall of muscle. At least you think that it would be a wall of muscle because it is just full plate armor with an elven head poking out. They have a rugged jawline and a couple of scars, and they are just pounding down on what looks to be a new set of full plate. Ah, yes, welcome, welcome. Oh god, I need to make names for these two. I just got as far as their look. My name is Bacchus. Nice to meet you. I'm the clothier, as you can see, and my rough friend over there. Her name is... what's her name going to be? Patia. Is the elf, and... God, I already love these characters. Patia and Bacchus. And Patia in the corner just gives you like a... She starts pounding away on her her project. What are you in the market for? I can sell you the finest clothes in all the land, and Patia can sell you trinkets that will keep you safe, I guess. If you want to look droll, you'll buy from me, and if you want to be safe, you'll buy from her. Around the shop, you notice that on the clothier side, there's a variety of clothing and armor, oddly enough. You see there's a mask that you can buy that just covers your eyes, like a domino mask. You can get helmets, circlets, even just regular-ass hats that'll make you look dapper. Robes, cloth armor of all descriptions. Oddly enough, a leather biker jacket that looks like it's from your world. Like a black leather jacket with all the fastenings of a biker jacket. No idea how that got there, but it looks pretty neat. Chainmail, leather armor, studded mail, breastplates. Capes, you can buy a buckler. There's armor that will only cover the points that you need it to. There's a cape that's hooded as well. One that has like different pockets. Looks like a bit more sturdy than what you have. Gauntlets. What kind of clothing and armor and weapons are you in the mood for? Do you want to talk with Bacchus and Patia? On Patia's side, there's a whole bunch of different weapons, ranging from knives to great swords to axes, spears, whips, bows. Is this bikini armor? How can I explain it? It's bikini armor that's over top like some leather armor. So like you get a leather bodysuit that the bikini armor is over top of. You could probably separate it from the bodysuit if you'd like to, and just have the bikini armor. But this is designed to go over top your current armor. God, there's so much choice. Mura is looking around, kind of fascinated by the different arms and armor. I noticed the adventurers wearing all sorts of different armor too. I never wore any myself. All I ever owned was this cape. And you do notice, this entire time, Mura's only been wearing a cape. A tattered brown cape with an amulet clasp that looks like a dragon's eye. But aside from that, yeah, she's not wearing anything. What do you want to do, chat? Did you want to talk to Bacchus and Patia? Did you want to purchase any types of armor? You could buy the cape and the leather jacket. That could be handy. Yeah, you could also buy some clothes for Mura. I'll take a look really quickly. Yeah, the leather jacket actually does offer a bit more protection than your cloth armor. Just a little bit more. what I'll do... Let's see what skill appraisal falls under. Intelligence. If you'd like, you can roll intelligence, and I can tell you what level this gear is. It'll be a DC... A DC 13 check. Is there armor that fits Mura? This armor is actually fit for beings of all sorts of shapes and sizes. They look like they have adjustments available. So if you buy armor, Patia can hammer it down to make it fit. In fact, hey, Bacchus, is that right? It look. Oh, sorry. You'll need 2d6. Sorry, DC is just the difficulty challenge. Good night, RDF. That's a 1 and a 5, so that's a 6 plus intelligence. That's a 10. If you want to use one of your blessings, you'll be able to add a d6 or re-roll that 1. Or you have channel point blessings that you can use. The Axis blessing will also add a d6. And the Eris blessing will let you re-roll that 1. Hey, so, Bacchus, do you have anything that would fit my friend over there?
What, me? No, it's fine. I just need this cape. It's all right.
Corin? No. Mura, if we equip you well, you'll be able to help us out. It's a well-known trope that outfitting your party with gear before you go on a quest is the best way to succeed. And when you level up, you need to get better gear, right?
I guess?
Just trust me, Mura. Anyways, would you be able to get something for her? Yes, of course. But... No, you know what? You're such a cutie. I think that I'll make it free for you. Patia grunts. It's free for everyone. Oh, shush. So yeah, any armor or weapons, any of the like, will be adjusted for you for free. That being said, if you don't want to use a blessing, RDF's roll was not enough to appraise the levels of the gear. Mura's looking around. She seems convinced that getting some new gear might be a good idea. And she looks up at... No, she wouldn't look up at Bacchus. She's eye level with Bacchus, because he's a dwarf.
If I got a new cape, would you maybe...
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you want to use that Eris Blessing, go ahead and re-roll that 1 that RDF did. Just D6. Yep, that option lets you re-roll the lowest number. Alright, that's an improvement, but it's just a bit too low. Mura looks up at Bacchus and says,
excuse me, but, if I got, like, a new cape or something, would you be able to use this one? It's just really special for me.
Oh, yes, let me see. And he looks over Mura's cape. It's tattered. It basically looks like it's made from scrap cloth. But the brooch in the middle is absolutely pristine. It looks like a golden dragon's eye that, if it catches the light, could be glowing. It doesn't actually glow in the dark or anything, but it catches the light really nicely. Yes, I think we can arrange something. Something that's quite beautiful with this. Let's see. Perhaps we could add it to some studded mail. Several kinds of leather, in fact. Yes, I think that would do nicely. So he's offering to get you some Ironside mail for Mura. Sorry, not Ironside, some studded mail, I believe is the one that I was looking at, yeah. Let's see, to implement the design and to... Oh, how would I put it? Fit something like this to someone of your stature, that would be about 300,000 Eris. Do we have a deal? So in order to get the studded mail from Mura that she's looking at, it's 300,000 Eris. It's quite a bit better than her just a cape.
Oh, that's a bit expensive, don't you think, Corin?
What would you like to do? You can pay the 300,000 outright, sure. Or you can try to haggle again. You can definitely try to haggle. I'll do it the same way that you did with Dunnan, where I'll have you I'll have you throw out some stuff that you would say and determine the check based on that. So if you want to try and, let's see. You could try and deceive him, saying that, you know the quality of the materials, or that maybe the, should not throw any words. Nah, throw some words out. You might surprise yourself. You could tell him that you found some studded mail somewhere else. You could say that there's a flaw in it, possibly. You could say that it's your friend's birthday soon and look at her. You could pass the check on to Mura. I will say, she can't wear both her cape and the armor? Maybe her cape... Well, no, she can wear both of them. She just wants it to be used in the design. Like, in terms of mechanics, the studded armor is a base armor, and the cape is an extra piece of armor. So they're two different slots. All right. Well, it looks like the idea that's being presented is that we're going to say that it's look. Do you have anything that you could supply the material and just haggle down to the labor? You've got meat, muffins, candy, rope, lantern, flint and steel, and a map. And Mura's got 10 rubies, an emerald, a sapphire, a topaz, a diamond, and 2 potions. You have 6 meat, 5 muffins, half a bag of candy, rope, a lantern, flint and steel, and a map. One whole egg, Gideon, is into using Mura's cuteness to bargain. You could say that, you could have Mura model your designs, and we'll take that fee out of the cost of the garments. You, you could be an influencer. Is that what you want to do? I think that's a practical application of haggling and using Mura's cuteness. How would I have you roll that, though? Also, another discount by sharing some supplies. Alright, well, I'm going to need a 2d6 mind check, then, for negotiation. And I'll have our boy, Bacchus, roll against it. 3 and a 4? That's 11. And Bacchus rolled 9. Alright. Well, how about this, Bacchus? Our Mura is going to be supplying her cape to use in your grand design. And as adventurers, we're going to be all over the land, showing off your armor and your clothing. Maybe we could strike a deal where we take the cost of this service of letting everyone far and wide know that your branch, Patia and Bacchus, have some of the best armor in all of Axeltown. And in fact, all of... And you whip out your map, and you look in the corner. All of Belzerg. Yeah, that place. All of Belzerg will know that your designs are top quality. Well, it would be nice to have a little recognition every once in a while. Maybe we could make an arrangement. I'll let you finance this armor. How about that? You'll put 100,000 Eris down right now. And you'll come back in a week. And if our business is up because of you, you'll get the armor for 100,000. If it isn't, we keep the 100,000 and you have to return the armor. I think that sounds fair. So it goes down from 300,000 to 100,000, but if you aren't able to increase business within a week, they're taking the armor back and your 100,000. Gideon's into it. How about the rest of chat? You definitely need to drum up business. Garden's into it. Any other bonuses? Oh no, you guys rolled 11 against a 9. So that's just beating it. Horse armor, that's TLC. Yeah, you have to pay me $5 in real life to unlock horse armor. I mean, if you want a bonus, you can try negotiating again. It might go against your favor if you try again, though, but it could give you a bonus. Maybe you could argue that you need to be wearing armor as well, and you might be able to get something to model. Try your luck. Gotta take what you have? That's definitely an option. Anyone else agree or object? We're gonna close the deal? Alright. Alright. You have a deal. Well, Mura here will model your armor, and if it doesn't agree with... Okay. Oh my god. That's a great idea! And then that way, we can drum up your business, and you'll be able to get new designs, and you'll be able to make so many more clothes that everyone will want. Absolutely. In fact, we're really happy to model your clothes. Isn't that right, Mura?
Oh, I'm gonna be a model? What's that? I guess I have to just show everyone the armor? I'll be wearing it anyways, so it's not that hard. Okay, sure. Thank you.
And we're in agreement that at the end of the week, if business hasn't been drummed up, we get the armor back. Right? Of course! Fantastic. And, since the cape is included in the design, we'll be taking the whole design.
What?
Oh, that's correct. If I'm going to be incorporating this cape into the design, if it doesn't drum up business, I'll have to recoup my costs somehow. And this clasp is definitely enough to compensate for that.
Corin, we're really going to need to try with this. I am not losing that cape.
All right, you have a deal. Whoops. You pay up. The shop owner is going to leave her naked. He said that he would take the design back, and since the cape is incorporated into the design, that includes the whole design. Okay. I'll recap the deal that you just made. You're getting 300,000 Eris armor for 100,000 Eris right now, provided that you can drum up more business within 1 week. 7 days. If business goes up because Mura is wearing the armor and showing off, then you get to keep the armor for the 100,000 Eris. However, if business does not go up by the end of the week, then they get to take the armor back, plus keep your 100,000 Eris. And since the cape is part of the design, they take that back as well, since the cape is going to be incorporated in the design. Mura is essentially getting a custom piece. If you don't want to make the wager, you have the opportunity to pull out and just pay the 300,000. Or if you think that you can drum up business, you can absolutely take the deal. And that'll be your quest. It was definitely an added detail. I believe the way to say this is Bacchus is trying to swindle you in this deal. You can make an opposing negotiation check to try and make him drop the cape. But, it's gonna be a high check. Alright, negotiation is a mind-based check. I'm gonna need you to beat a 15. Roll 2d6. Does class matter? Let's take a look. What classes do you have? Warrior makes it worse. Priest makes it 1 point better. Wizard makes it 1 point better. Archer makes it worse. And Thief makes it worse. So you can swap out to Priest or Wizard and you'll get 1 extra point. You're down to meet the challenge? Yeah, I think it's been established that you guys are cool with doing the challenge, you just don't want Mura's cape to be lost in the deal. So, did you guys want to switch to Priest or Wizards and then try to negotiate again, beating a 15? Or did you want to take the deal as is? Swap out and add a blessing? Sure thing. So what we'll do, we can definitely swap out to Wizard. For some reason I forgot to add your face into that, but I'll fix it in post. And we'll use a blessing. So you guys get to roll 3d6 for this one. So I need somebody to roll 2d6, and I need somebody to roll just a d6. Yeah, Mura, this is all that she has from her dragon, is this cape. Technically, she died in this cape. Can you offer something of ours at stake at the end of the week instead of Mura's cape? What I'll be nice about that. If your roll doesn't meet a 15 with the blessings, I'll let you add something of yours to the deal instead of Mura's cape. But it has to be something really important to you. So I'll have Bacchus decide on what that is if you don't meet the roll. The rolls, I'm gonna need one person to do 2d6, and I'm going to need one person to do just a d6. And just in case, here's an explanation how blessings work. Alright, so that's a good start. You're already at 10. Between your 2d6, you just need another 5. So I just need one person to do exclamation point 2d6. That's a 7. You go up to Bacchus, and you. Oh, actually, no. This is gonna be better. You go up to Patia, who's hammering away at the armor that she's trying to forge. She's been pretty quiet this entire time, and earlier she called Bacchus out on his bullshit. You go up to Patia and say, just quietly to her, "Hey, Patia, are you alright with this? You know, having, like, if we lose, Mura's gonna be naked at the end of the week. That's all the clothing that she has." What? Yeah, your business partner, acquaintance? I don't know if I'd say friend, considering, is threatening to take all of my friends' clothes away if we don't drum up the challenge. "You fiend!" She yells at Bacchus. "Why would you deprive somebody of their only clothes? That's horrible! I should throw you out of this building. I only let you have this half of the building because you're, let's see. You're my brother's uncle's brother-in-law. Sorry, you're my brother's best friend's uncle-in-law. There we go. Fine. She can keep the cape, but we'll still get the armor back. That's better. Now apologize, Patia says to Bacchus. Fine. I'm sorry that you are in such disrepair as a person that you only have one scrap of clothing to your name. as a master of fashion, I would not deprive you of your only lowly piece of cloth. So, generous as I am, that will not be part of the deal. There. Patia, are you happy? Nah. She goes back to hammering on her, piece of work. So you've saved Mura's cape. Mura hugs your leg. Well, actually, she's 4 feet tall. She can reach your waist. She hugs you around the waist. Any burns in return for him? If you burns as in fire or burns as in like sick comebacks? Because you can if you can think of something that you want to say to Bacchus. If you want to give Bacchus a sick comeback, I think Mura's right now just really happy that she doesn't lose her cape. So, you gotta think of something to say if you want to have a sick comeback. I'll give you just a little bit longer if you want to think of something. Otherwise, you guys will take the deal and run. No, that's fair. Oh, you want to go White Knight mode for Trom. All right. All right. Yeah, that's right. Only a pervert would consider stealing the clothes of a sweet and innocent maiden. Your sense of flair isn't much better than those travelers out there either. But, alright. I'll take the challenge. I'll build your business up. If anything, it'll humble you. Bacchus gives you the stink eye. He scoffs and is like, see you at the end of the week then. Flicks his scarf, and then goes to the back to mope, probably. After he's done moping, he comes out with the studded armor for Mura. That was a burn. You guys came up with it yourself. Bacchus has a grudge since he tried and failed to swindle you. What else? Mura has... Let me just get the actual armor name so I'll remember for next time. Studded Mail, I believe. Yeah, Studded Mail. And also, your new quest is to drum up business for Patia and Bacchus. He either gets more business or he gets armor and our money. Yeah, he can. He's got a good deal. He's just sad that he didn't get to swindle you. Mura is clothed. She essentially has a base set of leather armor, so like a leather shirt and leather trousers. As she's a kobold, it doesn't come with shoes, but she, she's built for that sort of thing. And the cape, much to Box's word, ties everything together. The actual armor itself is a highlight of gold that, with the light, will actually catch what the Dragon Eye gem casts and radiate. Any underclothes? I would say that it comes with a set of underclothes for Mura. Bacchus would have had to design them for her since kobolds don't exist in this world, but he might be an asshole, but he's good at what he does, so her undergarments will prevent any chafing. And her armor is a similar shade of purple to her scales, so she gets to keep her aesthetic while also having some extra bits of armor to protect her. If I'm reading this correctly of how it works. Yeah. Weaving several kinds of leather together. Alright, you can be off, but do be careful. Didn't stick in your memory that she's purple? Yeah, Mura's your lovable purple-scaled kobold companion. They're a rune knight with a great sword, double their size, and will be able to buff you in combat, though they do ask that any gems that you get as loot go to them. While all the kobolds in this world are more like bipedal dogs, Mura's oddly a more familiar lizard-like kobold, though cuter than traditional fancy kobolds. How much time do you have? Well, that's the thing. As you walk out of the store, you hear rustling in the bushes. And out from the bushes steps someone in odd garb. The bank is updated, yes. They're wearing what appears to be a sleeveless waistcoat with a top hat. They have a red ruffled shirt with a white cravat. And they're holding a scepter. And they're looking at you in an interesting way. How do you do? I see you've made yourself a bit of a wager, haven't you? What? Why? How did you know? Oh, well, I've been observing you this entire time, of course. Where are my manners? I haven't even told you my name yet. Very well. I shall give an introduction according to Crimson Magic Clan tradition. They tip their top hat down and put their hand in front of their face. The pinnacle of grace standing before you is the Crimson Magic Clan's one and only chief researcher of the multiverse. They take their top hat off, tip it to you, and bow. The pursuer of parallel planes and wielder of creation magic. I am Dojan. And that's where we'll end up. Thanks for the drink, Bandicoot. So yeah, the rustling in the bushes from earlier. Oh, sorry. I'll repeat that really quick. They say... Oh, this is terribly impolite. I haven't even given my name yet. Very well. I shall give an introduction according to Crimson Magic Clan tradition. They hold their top hat and cover their face a little bit with the brim and put their hand up to their face. The pinnacle of grace standing before you is the Crimson Magic Clan's one and only chief researcher of the multiverse. They take their top hat off, wave it a little bit, and bow to you while reaching their other hand out. The pursuer of parallel planes and wielder of creation magic, Dojan. Oh, that's the wrong one. There it is. That is Dojan. And you'll be meeting them on Saturday. I wasn't sure how I was going to lead up to you guys meeting Dojan, but you guys gave me a really great opening with that wager that you made. I was going to see if you could see them earlier, because they were the one in the bush when you had to make a perception check. They've been following you this entire time. Key to note is that they've introduced themselves as the chief researcher into the multiverse, where you're from. Oh, you're welcome for the stream. I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it. I know that sometimes, you know, an in-town session isn't the most eventful, but I tried my best to make it a fun time. For some 5-5s. I actually think the best way to describe them is like, think of Testament from Guilty Gear Strive. So if you look that up, that's gonna be the vibe. But yeah, I will catch you guys on Saturday for the next Streamsekai. I promise that even if I'm not feeling well, we will do it. If it's only like an hour, that's fine. But we're going to be doing it on a Saturday. 2 weeks in a row. I was dead because of the 24-hour charity stream, and then I was dead because of stress from apartment hunting. So I'm not letting it get in the way this time. Who's on right now? It's Wednesday night. Thero isn't streaming. That's sad. I usually send you guys over to Theropod Art because they draw a lot of D&D stuff, and he's a cool dude. Let's take a look. Maybe we'll do a blind raid into somebody playing tabletop. There's someone named Scott Durg doing Mystery Dungeon Rise of the Guildmasters. Let's see what that's about before I send you guys there. Oh, that's neat. They've got like a really cool UI. I think it's like a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon RPG. That seems neat. I'll send you guys over there. Scott Durg. Alright, give Scott Durg a big old shark attack, and I will catch you guys next time. See ya!